It's Friday in Tryon, North Carolina, and Higher Ground is the name of our place, on top of Melrose Mountain. And coming back from Portland, Maine, we heard some of the words that you often hear when you board a plane. They said, stow your bags, put your tables in their full and upright position, locked in position, fasten your seat belts, and be ready for some turbulence. And they weren't wrong. We were coming down through, I guess, the fronts that were running through the area. And as we descended into Greenville, Spartanburg, we saw the plane bump it around quite a little bit, but finally safely land. Well, we've been looking at First Peter, and we saw that Peter was a diamond in the rough. He was a rough, tough fisherman, but he had a heart for Jesus and he had a heart for people. And although he was sometimes very impetuous and moved ahead of God's will, he nevertheless meant well. And as he matured and as he grew in his faith, he became an encourager. And we looked at his encouragement yesterday. And in chapter 3, verse 14 of 1 Peter, he says, you might suffer for righteousness. And that struck me as we thought about the shootings yesterday. It's now come to light that the shooter said, are you a Christian? If the person was a Christian, he shot them in the head. If the person said they were not a Christian, he shot them in the legs. And it's a shame that we have to think about the fact that Christians might have to suffer, but they might. They might already be suffering in many parts of the country and in the world. But Peter again is encouraging, and he says, gird yourselves. This is like getting ready on the plane ride. Gird yourselves. Gird your minds, keep a sober spirit. Fix your hope completely on the grace that is to be revealed to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. Gird your minds. Sober spirit. Fix your hope completely on him. Now, as 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 18 through 24 reminds us why we can do that, why we can gird our minds and be of sober spirit, knowing that you were not redeemed with perishable things like silver and gold from your futile ways of life inherited from your forefathers, but with a precious blood as of a lamb, unblemished and spotless, the blood of Christ. For he was foreknown before the foundation of the world. What does that mean? He was foreknown before the foundation of the world. Well, if you look at John 1, 1 and 14, it says, in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. He was there even before the foundation of the world. That's the only thing that could have been before God and was God was Jesus Christ. He was the Word. In any case, we were bought by his blood. It goes on and says, who through him are believers in God, who raised him from the dead and gave him glory, so that your faith and your hope in God might be found. Since you have, in obedience to the truth, purified your souls for sincere love of the brethren, fervent love for one another from the heart. For you have been born again, not of a seed which is perishable, but imperishable. That is through the living and enduring Word of God. That's how we're saved, by hearing the Word of God. It is an imperishable thing. Now listen to this carefully. This is one of my favorite verses. For all flesh is like the grass, and all of its glory like the flower of the grass. But listen, the grass withers and the flower falls off, but the word of the Lord lasts forever. Yes, our bodies are perishable, and one day they'll die, but our soul is eternal. And through trust in Jesus Christ, we know that we can gird our minds and be of sober spirit. We can stow our bags, put our tables in the full upright position, locked in place, and we can fasten our seat belts. And even though there may be turbulence, we know that we'll be safe and have a safe landing in a place called heaven through Jesus Christ. It's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.